Hello, thanks for tuning in. So I'm going to be reviewing this call from Howard. It went out on the 17th of September, 2023. And Howard's call raises one or two interesting questions about what kind of calls and what kind of callers should be maybe taken on the line, or the atheist experience shows of that type. So he's calling in to claim that he's a true skeptic, and that for true skeptics, theism is a more rational position, and he claims to have 5 reasons why God exists, and we're going to hear one of those reasons now.
For a true skeptic, what's a true skeptic?
Somebody that follows the scientific method.
Okay.
Instead of just following what scientists say.
No. The scientific skepticism is not following what scientists say. It's following what the data from science indicates.
Like I said, I believe that a true skeptic is somebody that follows the scientific method and tests things for themselves, rather than believing what a scientist says and not verifying it.
Okay. He's starting to sound suspiciously like a science denier. I've had this before. I've had this out with, well, to be honest with you, flat earthers in particular, in YouTube comments. A flat earther once said to me, "You just believe what scientists say. You don't actually do any of the science yourselves." And I said, well, actually, I've sat with a pair of binoculars on the coastline, and I watched an oil tanker go over the horizon. I saw the bottom of the oil tanker disappear first, and I saw the top of the oil tanker disappear last. That's my own observation. So actually, in that case, I've kind of collected my own data. Never heard from him again.
Okay. So you're saying a true skeptic is only someone who does the science themselves, not someone who assesses the data and goes with a consensus?
Pretty much. If you can't do it yourself, then maintain an open mind. Remain skeptical.
So my mind is open even if I go with the scientific consensus. I can proportion my confidence level to the evidence. But we're not going to agree on this part. So what's reason?
So he's saying that for all the facts we've got out there, all the scientific facts, that you could only accept those if you become an expert in that particular field, get your doctorate, get on a research program, and you actually go out there and do the experimentation yourself before you could rationally accept any of those scientific positions. That's what he's saying.
Number one, that theism is more rational than atheism for what you call a true skeptic.
Sure. Well, I've got reproducible primary observations at water level, and I've got reproducible primary observations at high altitude.
Within 2 sentences of this call, I fucking knew we were talking to a flat earther. I knew it. Go ahead, Howard.
Well, he's talking about sea level observations. I just gave you an example of a sea level operation that I did with my binoculars, and in my opinion, what I observed is consistent with a globe Earth. It's not consistent with a flat Earth. I've looked at various videos of sea level observations. I've seen claims that, oh, you can't see the curvature of the Earth at 40,000 feet. Even Baumgartner, who jumped from, I don't know, whatever it was. And actually he said that he saw the curvature of the Earth. And then I've had flat earthers to say, yeah, well, what he claimed and what he actually saw are 2 different things. Oh my God. The question is, are we going to accept globe skeptics, people who deny basic facts about science on shows like this? I think that's the whole issue.
Okay, give your water level things that have nothing to do with flat Earth then. Go on.
As I said, I'm a skeptic.
Oh, you're a globe skeptic.
I'm not a flat earther, and I've offered to debate Matt on this.
Okay. Right.
It seems like
Howard,
do you not up for it.
Do you accept that the Earth is a globe or an oblique spheroid?
As I say, I'm a globe skeptic.
Right. You're not a flat earther, you're a globe skeptic. Okay, go ahead, Howard. I'll shut the fuck back up and let you do your 5 stupid points.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, I'm not.
So somebody who's denying a basic fact about science, should they be given more airtime? In my view, they're no better than, for example, vaccine skeptics, and they probably shouldn't really get airtime.
Ready? So before you do that, what on earth does globe skepticism have to do with theism?
Well, if the globe's a lie, then that means that we're not floating through an infinite space. So that kind of debunks.
Why does it mean that? If let's supposing that the Earth is flat, why would that preclude the possibility of infinite space? He would have to demonstrate that.
Gravity, it debunks the Big Bang, it debunks fake space being physical when it could most likely be metaphysical, higher dimensions than our physical bodies to travel to.
No, sir. No, sir. You cannot construct a logical syllogism that is both valid and sound that begins with, I doubt that the Earth is a globe, therefore theism is true. A valid and sound syllogism. I'm still talking. A valid and sound syllogism is one where there are major. I'm still fucking talking, and you will not be talking if you interrupt me one more time.
You guys out there, do you not think it's possible that Howard's real agenda is not the existence of God, but globe Earth skepticism and flat Earth?
A valid and sound syllogism has a major and minor premise and a connecting term. The conclusion must include that. You can't have anything in the conclusion that isn't in the premises. The conclusion, therefore, God exists, means that God must be present in one of the premises. And in the premise that you are doubtful of the globe, that does not include a God. So construct a valid and sound syllogism that leads to, therefore, there is a God.
I was trying to, but you both have interrupted me twice now. So if I may try
I'm going to hang up on you if you don't stop being a whiny little bitch and do.
I actually think that the call screeners should make it really clear to anybody who's calling in that they may be interrupted at any time to ask for clarification, etc. And if they complain about being interrupted, they will be immediately dropped.
Do what you say you can do.
I muted Howard. I want to ask you, Matt, do you really want to do the call? My proposal is
no,
from the past.
So the globe skeptics are science deniers,
yes,
who fancy themselves as skeptics, but don't understand what skepticism is and don't understand the world at all. And they think that, oh, if I doubt the globe and I'm right, well, therefore there's a God. No, that does not follow. That is a non sequitur. They don't understand logic. I couldn't possibly care less what Howard has to say.
I'm going to do something we've never done before. Howard, I'm not hanging up on you yet. I'm going to put Howard back in the queue, and I'm going to...
Okay, just to say what happens. Yes, so Jimmy has decided to put Howard in the queue, and he's going to do a vote. He's going to get the opinion of those in chat. And if they say yes, he's going to come back. If no, he's not. So we're going to go and look and see what happens with that. Hello, yes, I'm just going to summarize what happened in the rest of the call rather than subject you to any more. So, yeah, he did come back. Chat did vote for him to come back. And Jimmy stipulated that he could present another argument as long as it did not refer to globe Earth. So Jimmy spent about 2 minutes ranting on why that was the case, and I didn't really want to. I think, he went on a bit too long there. And so eventually he came back and he started kind of bitching again and, can I talk now, etc., etc., the kind of thing. And Matt said, if you can do it without being a snarky little bitch, etc., etc. And eventually what he got on to was skepticism on the heliocentric model. He seems to believe in geocentrism, and his argument seemed to be that the Earth was specifically placed, and if it was placed, it must have been placed by somebody, and that somebody must have been God, or argument down those lines. Jimmy got angry with him, said that this is part of the Flat Earth toolkit. He cut him off, sent him away, and Matt then went on effectively and critiqued his argument, saying that even if you could disprove gravity, even if you could overturn all the models we've got, the heliocentric model, even if you could do all that, it still does not, you still can't get the connection between where the earth is and that God did it, effectively speaking. So, yeah, I suppose the question that arises, should people be allowed on these shows if they are coming on with arguments which appeal to effectively science denial? That's the question. I think probably not, because we've seen theists come on who are basically on the same page with atheists in terms of the science. They accept what science has demonstrated time and time again, the scientific consensus, and they argue from there. So if you're going to come on and you're going to argue against the scientific, if you're going to present arguments which go against scientific consensus, they're not really going to go anywhere. Because obviously we're not on the same page. First, you need to go out there, get your Nobel Prize, do the science, overturn existing models, and then come back and then present your arguments for the existence of God based on that proven model. So it's not going anywhere. Call screeners, I think, should pick these people up. They should be excluded if they're going to come on from that position. And I think that Howard came on not to argue for the existence of God. I think he came on to platform flat earth propaganda. So there we are. You can disagree if you want, but that's my view. Okay, thanks for watching. I'll be back again soon with another video. Bye for now.